Hello and welcome. Today's video will be over the disassembly and reassembly of the Starcom Skyroller. Now I believe this is another toy that came out in the second wave, and I don't really understand fully the functions of it. I believe it's a mobile artillery piece with the functionality of being able to move cargo or transport other vehicles. And I also have, they have these two little compartments in the back or the top back part of the vehicle that hold two figures, and it seems like it holds them behind some sort of blast shields. So I'm wondering, the two cannons that rotate on either side, if they rotate backwards, do they protect the figure from the blast of the cannons? I don't know. I wish they would have put this in the cartoon as well, or made a portion of it. I don't remember it being in the cartoon. But anyways, let's go ahead and take this artillery or mobile artillery piece apart and see what makes it work. I'm having a little bit of trouble. I think there's two more screws underneath these stickers. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my X-Acto knife and peel them back a little bit and then set them aside so I can put them back on after we reassemble the toy. So far I've removed 3 screws. One of the screws is longer than the others, and that goes at the base. So let's see what we get when we remove these last 2. And let's see. Okay, so it looks like the 4 screws that go into the compartments are short, and the one that's on the outside at the bottom base of this lifting area is longer. So I'll unfold it, and maybe the back will come off easier after I unfold it. And yeah, nice. Okay, well, nothing fell out, and the back part of it is doesn't have anything attached to it. So let's look. Well, okay, we have a rack and pinion tied to a motor. The rack is tied also to a linkage to the cockpit. And then we have 2 mainsprings. One of the mainsprings is not hooked properly. Okay, we'll hook that on there. And wow, that's looks fairly simple. Nice. It looks like there's a brace that holds that gear down that interacts with the rack and pinion. Let's go ahead and remove that, and let's look a little closer. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I have yet to receive one of these Skyrollers in the condition of it not working. They're always reliable, and so I just got this one, and I said to myself, well, you know, I might as well just take it apart. It's missing pieces, so I'll just take it apart and see what makes it tick, because I never get any of these that don't work. And if they do have a problem, it's usually because of the adjustment of the cockpit that doesn't allow it to fully deploy and simply pushing the cockpit area upwards makes it unfold all the way to the back. You know, and that's the only problem I've ever had with them. But you know, hopefully we'll be able to look at this and enjoy it and not mess it up. Well, it looks like you can easily slide away the rest of the rising portion of the vehicle, and you can see here the two main springs along with a gear that's on this axle that helps it rise. And let's get to look at this underbody, and I can see a motor. You know, it looks like it has one of them those gears, kind of like what's in the Star Wolf. It looks like it has a gear that has they're attached together with an axle, and there's a spring that separates them so they can slip past each other. That could be how you're able to adjust the cockpit angle so the rising portion of this toy can unfold itself all the way to the top, and you can adjust it when it goes out of whack a little bit. And this motor seems to be working just fine. Well, like I said, they're really reliable. I mean, this and the Shadow Bat, you know, I never find a bad Shadow Bat. Not to say that there's any out there, but I have yet to get one. And here's the rack with linkage. And this metal rod just comes right out. It really doesn't hold anything except the cockpit itself. Nice. Just very, very simple toy. I guess the more simple, the better. And that's how the gear, this gear and the spring axle that slip interact with the gearbox. And I really like the sound of this gearbox. It's just really interesting. Has this like low hum to it. That's nice. Okay, to reinstall this motor, I think I'll wind it up. Okay, well, I did that wrong. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll install the rack with linkage to the cockpit, and then install the axle with the two slipping gears, and then I'll wind up the motor and install that. I'm going to place this little bag of parts underneath the back end of it, so that way I can make the cockpit and linkage even with the rest of it. Wow, my hand is not doing what it needs to do. Okay, now I have the brace back in place. I'm going to put the screws back, and it seems to be holding, so that's good. And then I'll place the this lifting or rising portion back onto its base. So to better connect the rising portion of the toy to its base, it's best just to slide that main spring onto it while gently lowering it into place. The main spring that's on the right, it's a little longer and it kind of interferes with the motor. So it's best to just kind of slide it underneath that brace, and it's a lot better to connect it together that way. And then the other mainspring, you can just push it over and clip it into its clip with your flat end screwdriver. Oh, well, that was a bad idea. Okay, okay, let's start over again. For some reason, putting the top portion onto this toy is giving me a hard time. It could be because of the cockpit, how it overlaps over each corner. So I think it's best just to open it slightly and then push it together accordingly, making sure that the seams come together, and then tie it down with the screws. I think that's a lot better. Oh, wonderful. Just what I didn't want to mess it up. Oh well. It wouldn't be a video with trying to fix something. So let's figure out what's going on with this Skyroller now. Well, I could hear the motor going even though it was fully erect. And now when I push it down, almost halfway down, I can feel that it loses tension in the motor. It kind of slips. So, maybe, well, no. See, now it rises up really fast, and then if I push it halfway down, it does it really slowly. Maybe I didn't install something correctly. Okay, nice. It looks like I got it. Okay, don't know what I did, but okay, I'll take it. Oh, well, I don't know what happened. Well, it wants to work some of the time. I wonder what's going on. Okay, please stand by while I figure this out. Okay, so I have a sneaking suspicion that I must have done something to the gearbox, and hopefully it's not bad because, you know, this toy has a unique gearbox to it and can only be replaced with a similar one from this toy, unless I find a way around that. But, you know, much like the Shadow Bat and the Sidewinder, they each have, you know, a unique gearbox as I've shown in other videos. So you either have to replace it flat out or try to find something similar or find a replacement from the same toy. So that's something I'm not prepared to do. But hopefully I'll be able to figure this out. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break and try to figure out what happened and you know, get a fresh perspective, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to focus my efforts on the gearbox. Obviously, there's something wrong with it, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one more time, take it apart, and then really take a look at the gearbox and see what's up. Okay, so the gearbox is slipping. The inside. Oh, look at that. Okay, so now Okay, what happened is I somehow the axle got pushed over, and it must have some sort of teeth or some sort of grabbing mechanism that grabs onto the gear, and if you push it out of its slot, then the inside S-spring gear will slip. So I've pushed it in, and now it works normally. Okay, wow. Well, that's a big relief. Okay, well, this has been a successful disassembly and reassembly and slight mishap repair for this video. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Geez, I'm really happy this was an easy fix.